Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. It's time for Reads of the Week. This is that time when we read comic books I've read this week, including usually, almost always, the books I picked up from last Wednesday, which you can see a selection of right here. So, what books or what? And this was a kind of a hard one to rank. This was absolutely kind of hard to rank. Gosh, I have read a whole lot of books. Stack just keeps coming, going, here, there, everywhere. How many books? Like, this is a lot of books, right? We'll do the thing I do where we start with the worst books, right? What are those going to be? What are the worst books going to be? Well, you might be a little bit surprised. Given the praise I heap upon some of the things that I look at, this is just some bags if you want. I just got bags like chilling here because I was bagging, putting boards in bags and stuff like that, and don't worry about it. Unless you just want to watch me like go and bag comics for like 2 hours. Like I could just do a stream where I just put boards in bags over and over. Oh, what if I didn't talk? Then it would be ASMR, right? It'd be like, oh man, that board and bag ASMR. It's the great stuff. So what's the worst book? Yeah, I'm always talking about how they should do more dollar reprints, right? And they do this one. It's terrible. I could find nothing redeeming about this book. Uh, Cat or the Batwoman character is just super obnoxious in this book. The art is terrible. If I was DC Comics, if I was editorial at the time, I would have been ashamed of publishing art that looked like this. Detective Comics. I'm not going to get every book out that I talk about and show you what I'm talking about. Sometimes I would just rather you go look at like a review or something I've done. But this art ranges from like I guess I shouldn't be so hard on it because some of this art is absolutely brilliant. Like this, oh my goodness, that is amazing. This is a great two-page spread. But then in the middle of the book, we just have this section that's like by some other random person or something. I don't understand, and it's garbage. This is it doesn't even look good. I think it's mostly the colorist's fault, or and maybe fault's too strong of a word, but I think it's mostly the colorist looks just kind of flat and boring, especially in comparison to when I'm flipped over to here and I see this crazy stuff on Batman where see his cape has a speckling just like the border and stuff, like some kind of crazy deep urban shadow. Like that's great. And then there's just this middle section that drags on forever. That's ugly and doesn't look very good. And the writing just bleh. That's it. I could not get into this book. This is the kind of comic that reminds me of why I keep quitting comics. Yeah, that's right. This $1 comic somehow rated worse Female Furies, which I trashed. This is abysmal. I've never seen art this good wasted on drivel because that's essentially what this is. Like this art actually pretty pleasing to the eye. Uh Barda looks good. Like everything looks pretty good. Panel layouts are kind of boring. That's kind of boring. Boring flat angles. Boring flat angle. But you do get little bits where it's like actually pretty brilliant. Sadly, the writing is just like, why? Why does it exist? Because this story is all about how people worship, serve a being who does not believe in free will, a being who wants to extinguish free will, a being who controls their every moment, life and death. People who were tortured systematically by Granny Goodness being evil are like, okay, I'm just going to jump to it. Like the ultimate kind of betrayal of it later on, and one of the Furies lashes out against the person that's abusing her, and the guards like grab her to take her away. Which on Apocalypse, like, yeah, the guards would grab her and take her away because she's like disturbing Darkseid's order. But at the same time, she probably could have just killed him and the punishment wouldn't be any worse. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't think the writer actually understands those characters. And now the one that's really going to be surprised. It's really going to be surprised. Look, look, I'm teasing it. True Believers. It's the True Believer book that came out last week that I didn't review. This book only has one redeeming quality, and it's the Steve Ditko art because he does ugly. Let me find a nice ugly Hulk. He does ugly, the Hulk, in a way that no one else quite matches. Like, the Hulk really looks ugly here. And that's like the highlight of the book. The story's nonsensical. The whole Hulk hulks out and he's got Bruce Banner's head thing is kind of stupid. And I didn't enjoy the writing in it at all. I just looked at it for the pictures. And that's it for stuff that wasn't particularly good. So we've been through threshold, or this is below the threshold of okay. Now we're transcending, going up, going up that way. World things are okay. Just above that threshold. This. I don't think this book needs to exist. I can't find any reason why this book exists. You're going to use time travel to solve the problem. If that's what solves the problem. This should be in the main book. That's not how they solve the problem. Why does it exist? I don't know. I don't understand why this book exists. That's really all I got to say about it. This was okay. Mostly this is just good for the art, like a lot of early Image books. Not a whole lot going on there. Uh, yeah, it's so okay. I'm not really even gonna bother showing any of it. It's just kind of like, yes, this exists. I know a lot of people are talking this up. I didn't think it was all that hot. It's nothing you haven't seen a million times before in other stories, but it's being held as, oh, this woman is super bad. That's so stunning and brave. Joss Whedon was doing that in the 90s with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original movie. Action movies, since at least the 90s, examples in the 80s, have been doing that. That's nothing special. The monster itself isn't anything that special. Really, all this does is it takes, like, the Buffy formula and strips away the fun, all the Whedonisms, makes it like this dark, dark thing where people are swearing a lot. It's still all right. Like, this is by no means a bad book. I just don't rate it nearly as highly as some other people do. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. And kind of, I did this one first, and then I'm doing this one. I don't think the order really matters among these three books. That well, this one the writing wasn't very. We'll just ignore Kindred. We'll move on. But this one was okay. It's in the middle of some story, and I didn't really understand it. It had one bit I really liked, and it's this page where this guy is making companions, and they all adopt like different aspects of humanity. They're represented by different colors, but I love the faces. That's a good examination of like human emotion. It's just a study right there, basically, what people look like, because it's all the same person making different faces. Pretty good. And then there's all this crazy stuff here in like a world he's making, and I thought that was really cool. He's just manipulating reality, and at the same time he's manipulating the comic, and it's that was pretty dope. But I didn't have a clue what was going on, so we're gonna just kind of rate that a little bit lower, put it down here, and move on. Huh. This. I'd have rated this higher, but it's honestly, I don't think it's that good of a comic. It's just a book full of cameos. Like, what? Yeah, I mean, come on. It starts with Jeff Smith's Bone, Cerebus. Like, it's just full of other people's characters, and they're just having a good time doing crazy stuff. And that's all it is. Look, there's Scud. Isn't that amazing? There's a full list of all the different characters that were in this book. It's all right. Looks good. I didn't really care about what was going on, and I just kind of had fun looking at it. That's all I got for that one, man. If it didn't look so good, I totally would have rated it lower because it was kind of nonsense reading the book. What else is okay? Anything else going to go under okay? You know what, La Muerta? I got a review of the Kickstarter version of this book, which is out there. I'm pretty sure this is the same dang book. I didn't go dig my Kickstarter book out. Um, oh, there's like some schmutz on the back, but I can't seem to get it off. Like, oh, there it goes. I think it's like little specks of cardboard or something. But there's some great stuff in this. It's violent. And if you've ever read a book by Coffin Comics, you kind of have a pretty good idea what to expect. And yeah, I've already done a review. It's all right. I think I liked it better in the trade when I hadn't seen it before. It kind of came as a surprise. I think that's all. That's it. That's it. Yeah, I think the rest of these books go just above. They just go. Wow, let me just smack the microphone. Just go a cut above everything else. Like I'm gesticulating wildly over here because I'm kind of excited because I'm talking to you all about something I love. You know. Stick these here. Now we've got big mess of comics. So just above threshold of awesome, I'm going to put coronary. I just did a review of this. Uh, did I do that? Was that Monday night? That was Monday night. It's all right. Quite all right. I mean, I feel like there's a lot there, and I'm just not grasping it all. You know, if that makes any sense. It's a, it's a, mostly it's a beautiful book. I have some trouble telling some of the characters apart because they're drawn inconsistently. I don't know why that is, but that kind of hurts the book when I'm reading it. And because this seems to like affect the camera when I have that there, like the camera like goes, oh, that's too bright and tries to protect itself. I'm going to take these out, stack, and just put them over here. Let's see. Gosh, I don't know how to order the rest of these. I guess Savage Avengers. I really like the action in this. From that perspective, this is a wonderful, wonderful book. All these hardcore dudes plus Elektra killing ninjas and fighting crazy space god. It's great stuff. Some people were making fun of the part of the book where they hammer Wolverine's, you know, blades through the Marrow God's skull. Didn't bother me at all. I thought it was cool. Really enjoyed it. The only negative is the art, because the art totally looks like somebody's just drawing over 3D models. It's not that dynamic. Sea of Stars. You can check out my full review. I mean, my review, my review of this, but Sea of Stars. This chapter like probably would rate higher, but the stuff with the kids kind of weird and feels kind of out of left field. And talking to other people, I understand their concerns with it. It didn't bother me nearly as much. I think it's setting up something fantastic, putting a lot of questions out there, which I think they're gonna, in the next issue or two, however long this series goes, we're gonna find the answers to those things, and it's gonna pay off, and it's gonna feel great. You know what? I think next I got to put this Hulk book. It's marred by an opening section that's just bleh. Then after that's over, there is a great, great three-way battle between Hulk, Wendigo, and Sasquatch. It's fantastic stuff. If you haven't picked this up, it's only $1. It's quality-wise, it's the exact opposite of that other dollar reprint. You should definitely hop on the Intelligent Hulk train. And next, Disposable Legends, Terry Mayo. The art is good. Writing is way better. I had so much fun reading this. It's setting up crazy, crazy things. Vlad here is getting ready to go kill a bunch of people or something in the next issue. Not that he didn't kill a bunch of people in this issue. There's just people dying everywhere, and I think it's going to be continue to just be fantastic. Terry Mayo is also the writer of The Wicked Righteous, which in fact you may notice Arrow, But I totally got to do a real review of the Wicked Righteous stuff and experience all the love. And after that, it's kind of a toss up. And I think I got to put Doomsday Clock up here next at the number 2 position. Lazy variant. They lost a lot of points for this lazy variant. This is literally the first panel of the book blown up. It's terrible. The Gary Frank art in the book is fantastic. I gotta admit, it's kind of a letdown because there's not enough time, I feel like, to wrap up in one issue all the stuff that's been spun out there, and a lot of the like conclusory material in this story starting to like tie things up. Just Ozymandias lecturing somebody, and that's kind of lame. Like, that's not exciting. That's just somebody lecturing. Some of those panels have so many words in them, might as well just read a prose story. At the same time, issue 12 promises, it has to promise, it has to be there. Ridiculous super battles. Like, I don't know how else you end this series other than some kind of fantastic cataclysmic throwdown. Very last thing, the number 1 book from 20 years ago, She-Zero. And it was amazing. In fact, this is so good, I'm going to get this back out so I can show you. So let me take the tape off here. I have to show this. It's too good. It's too good. The most startling page for me, this one. She's literally fighting her like a dragon. In the middle of like all this great laid out stuff on top of stuff everywhere. It's this. It doesn't even look like comic art. This looks like something they would paint on the side of a vase or on a plate or something to go decorate like a great hall. It's gorgeous. It was so stunning. It took me absolutely out of reading it. I just did a double take. There's lots of beautiful stuff. Oh, the horse riding thing on the second and third pages. This is also just absolutely gorgeous. It's riding through a dream, and so the dream is black and white, and she's the only thing in color. It's great. It's absolutely great. This was a surprise. I wish like I cared about the writing more, but that art and the visual storytelling was so strong that the dialogue really didn't matter, except to set up some concepts that they go through, that they reference. Tucci. The book's a masterwork, which is why I'm immediately rebagging it here so that it doesn't get damaged. This was all awesome stuff. All awesome stuff. Got Savage Avengers, Sea of Stars, Intelligent Hulk, Doomsday Clock, Disposable Legends, She-Zero, not necessarily in that order. I highly recommend checking all of these things out. Oh, plus Coronary, which I'm not going to show the whole book of because the albedo will freak the camera out. So we're going to kind of like mask some of it. Oh, look at that. It dimmed the camera anyway. At least it did on my screen. It's crazy. It's crazy. I had no idea the camera would do that. Awesome stuff. Check it out. There's a Kickstarter for the next issue of Coronary. You might want to go to Kickstarter and check that out. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. If you've read something awesome, let me know, because I'm always interested in seeing what other people are reading. Even if I don't agree with you on the quality of something, like the people that are saying, this is great. I don't regret reading it or anything. I thought it was pretty interesting. And I'm probably buying the next issue to see what happens. I just don't think it was like the best thing since sliced bread. Not when got this, or this, or this, or this, this, or this, you know? But that's just me. Your mileage may, can, and should vary. I hope to see you all next time. Till then, you all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Bye-bye.